On the 20th of October 2025, AWS had an incident in its US East region. This is a summary of its incident report. The root cause for this was a bug in DynamoDB's DNS management system. Here, a race condition resulted in an empty DNS record for the US East region. The culprits were two components, a DNS planner and a DNS enactor. The planner's job is to create DNS routing plans. Once a plan is made, a DNS enactor reads this plan and applies the changes on the Route 53 service. This is the actual DNS service for Amazon. For resilience, AWS has DNS enactors spread across regions who could read different plans and try to make their changes concurrently, leading to a potential race condition. If a DNS enactor fails to update the plan, it retries it again, and the one with the latest changes are accepted while the others are rejected. The AWS engineers made a curious choice of checking the version of the plan before applying the changes. Once the changes were applied, older versions of this plan would be deleted as a garbage collection process. The race condition occurred precisely here. A DNS planner created a new plan, which was picked up by another DNS enactor. The enactor read the plan, updated Route 53, and deleted the older plans. This is when the other DNS enactor applied its much older plan to Route 53, overriding the new one. This could have been avoided if the check was made at the end of the update process instead of at the start. The other DNS enactor, looking at the version of the plan, decided that this was very old and deleted it too. Now, DynamoDB had a blank entry in the US East region, and all of its incoming requests were failing. This had a cascading effect on Amazon EC2, which depends on DynamoDB for configuration management. The EC2 service was not able to add new instances, and by the time DynamoDB had recovered, the number of pending requests were unmanageable, forcing AWS engineers to throttle incoming work and begin selective restarts. But these newly launched instances had to fetch the network configuration from the network manager, which couldn't keep up with the sudden increased demand. AWS engineers were again forced to reduce the load on the network manager, resulting in a slow recovery. Finally, these failing subsystems resulted in health check failures on the network load balancer. Before the network configuration could be propagated to the EC2 instances, the load balancer believed that the node was dead, and so removed their entries from DNS. When the nodes would be reassigned, the same thing would happen again. This led to thrashing, where a system does a lot of work without any meaningful output. Finally, the engineers disabled the automatic health checks, resulting in a complete recovery of the system. As an engineer, this is a good reminder why single points of failure can take down an entire distributed system. It took a dedicated team of engineers with excellent system visibility to resolve these issues within 15 hours. You can learn more about fault tolerance in the link below. Thanks for watching. Cheers.